So what humans do, what do humans do all the time? They look at what the bees are doing and they go, oh, how can we do that better? Right? So they want to maximize honey production. How can we do it so when we harvest the honey, we don't ruin the hive? Because you know, when bears go into the honey that I showed you in that picture, they rip it apart. So he wanted something that was sustainable. So he built a hive like this, yeah, thanks Chris, with frames, and look at the bee space in between the frames. He knew that the bees would store honey and have an active hive if there were 3/8 of an inch in between each of their honeycomb structures. So that's why the structure looks like this, with the bee space in between. See the bee space? Today we were learning all about the honeybee. And one of the most fascinating things I think we talked about was how the honeybee not only is an essential pollinator, it pollinates at least 23 to 26% of the food that we eat. So without the honeybee, we would have a vastly smaller supply of food from nature. But what we were discussing today was how honeybees use everything in nature to not only build their home, but to create food, healthy food for themselves and for what human beings have discovered is healthy food as well. So they're very, they can teach us all about sustainability, and they can teach us about how we can use the natural world to not only feed and house ourselves, but to keep ourselves healthy. And they're a fascinating species that we can learn a lot from.
It was very exciting and very productive too, in my case. I learned a lot, honestly. It was that whole process of how they actually made the man-made hives was pretty amazing, yeah? They officially can now get honey and all that and give it out to people. But it does take a lot of work and time to actually take care of the bees and, you know, do all that with the hive and get the honey.
You see what the bees are doing? They're following that pattern. They don't need us. If this were an empty frame, they would fill it with just this wax. They don't need us to do it.
This was really awesome. I've never actually tasted honeycomb before. It's like gum. All of the stuff that we get to do with Dr. Deluca is very informative, very interesting, very environmentally focused, and honey was on my grocery list, so now I can take it off.